गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्तजम्बुफलचारु भक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वर
जय गणराया श्री गणराया, जय गणराया श्री गणराया, मंगल मूर्ति मोरया।
जय गणराया श्री गणराया, मंगल मूर्ति मोरया।
मंगल मूर्ति मोरया,
मंगल मूर्ति मोरया।
मंगल मूर्ति मोरया,
मंगल मूर्ति मोरया।
जय गणराया श्री गणराया, जय गणराया श्री गणराया, मंगल मूर्ति मोरया।
मंगल मूर्ति मोरया।
सिद्धि विनायक बुद्धि प्रदायक, सिद्धि विनायक बुद्धि प्रदायक, सिद्धि विनायक बुद्धि प्रदायक, मंगल मूर्ति मोरया।
सिद्धि विनायक बुद्धि प्रदायक, मंगल मूर्ति मोरया।
मंगल मूर्ति मोरया,
मंगल मूर्ति मोरया।
मंगल मूर्ति मोरया।
मंगल मूर्ति मोरया।
जय गणराया श्री गणराया, जय गणराया श्री गणराया, मंगल मूर्ति मोरया।
मंगल मूर्ति मोरया।
जग वंदन मंगल मूर्ति मोरया
गौरी नंदन जय जगवंदन मंगल मूर्ति मोरया
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 जय गणराया श्री गणराया जय गणराया श्री गणराया मंगल मूर्ति मोरया
मंगल मूर्ति मोरया
Jai Shri Mataji, respected brothers and sisters from the global Sahaj family. Salam sejahtera dari Malaysia. Warm greetings from Malaysia and from our global team. Now let us very humbly welcome Shri Mataji into our heart. And with utmost gratitude, thankfulness, love and respect for our revered mother, let us feel the oneness with the Supreme Goddess. Now, with our hands folded and with complete reverence, we will pray to our Holy Mother, Param Puja Shri Mataji. We, your children from across the world, humbly seek your permission, blessings, guidance, and protection to have this global online meditation. Shri Mataji, it is only by your divine grace and blessings and the will of God that we are able to gather every week to worship your holy lotus feet collectively. And for this, Shri Mataji, we are eternally grateful to you. Shri Mataji, our humble salutations at your holy lotus feet from all your children. Today, dear brothers and sisters, we are indeed honored and blessed to have another very dynamic brother, Brother Victor Botuni di Albanera from Cabela, Italy. He was born in UK and then after moved to Cabela after he got married to Sister Purna. He has got many, many credentials under his belt and a great musician indeed, and who runs camp in Cabela. So without much ado, let's welcome our dear brother Victor Botuni, who has done our session 2 years back. And now he's come back to join us once again to lead the session. So over to you, brother Victor. Jai Shri
Thank
Mataji.
you. Thank you, Jai Shri Mataji. It's wonderful and irresistible, really, to be invited to share with you what we all have in our hearts. And especially at this time, very particular time in the world where it's important, I think, to connect and to unite. And also to remind ourselves that Mother is ever present with us. But sometimes going back into the past and remembering certain moments that were spent in her divine darshan, in her presence, is something that really fills our heart with joy and also helps to direct our attention in the right, towards the right goals. So today's talks have been chosen with that in mind, pure desire and also the connection between the heart and the brain, the heart and the sahasrara. But before we go into those talks and specific meditation, I would like to share a couple of experiences that may be, I don't know, may be comforting to know, because they are about the experience of Sahaja Yoga and an aspect of the experience of Sahaja Yoga, which is kind of the practical one of feeling vibrations. And I must admit that at the beginning, I didn't feel them. I could feel tingles in my fingers, and maybe something happening inside me, in my body, but I couldn't feel the cool breeze very much. In spite of the fact that the yogis who worked it on me at the beginning and awakened my Kundalini told me that they could feel it very, very clearly, very, very strongly coming out of my sahasrara, which I thought was very nice for them, but I wish I could also. But, it was very, very frustrating, actually, to be surrounded by people who could feel them and I couldn't, especially as I hadn't had a particularly deep awakening. I hadn't gone really into thoughtless awareness or experienced myself or the connection between myself and the divine, that enlightening moment of moksha and it of yoga, actually. So one day, I was invited to Shri Mataji's house very kindly by the yogis, and this was quite normal to invite yogis to Shri Mataji's house to receive the vibrations while they were doing something useful. And as soon as I arrived at Shri Mataji's home in Knightsbridge, I was greeted by the yogis, and they set me to work immediately they gave me a duster, and they said, go and dust the central heating, the radiator. And actually it looked pretty clean, actually pretty spotless to me. And the yogi's advice was, look behind, maybe try and clean behind and make it last. Take your time. And I understood that the whole point of the exercise was probably to be cleansed myself, and that I should somehow introspect while I was doing it. So, I just went ahead. And then there were a lot of yogis that day working in Mother's household. Very blessed we all were. And then we were distracted by this beautiful aroma, this lovely, lovely fragrance that was emanating from her beautifully wood-paneled kitchen. And evidently there was a wonderful lunch being prepared. And at a certain point, we were told that Shri Mataji would like us to eat. And so we were unbelievably, for me, it was unexpected, totally unexpected, to be then given a beautiful plate of biryani. And not only that, but while we were asked to sit in Shri Mataji's dining room, because she wanted us to eat in her dining room, of course, none of us dared to sit on the chairs that were destined for the sort of the diplomatic guests from important politicians united, the sort of ceremonial dinners that Shri Mataji would also have there, because her husband was the Secretary General of the UN Maritime Organization. So we all kind of sat on the floor with our plates and ate this delicious, delicious, beautiful, fragrant, tasty biryani, and felt our stomachs obviously filled, but our hearts as well. And then we were then instructed to lie down and rest, to have a siesta before starting work again. These were Mother's caring sort of instructions, that came to us from above, because she was literally on the floor above us. And of course, it was a very, very, funny. We were all, kind of lying on the floor around the table in the dining room. The curtains had been drawn so we could sort of try to get some rest, which we did. It was very interesting. It was a new experience for me to be there all together, lying on this actually very soft carpet, very nice carpet, I remember. Then, not only at a certain point, we resumed our work, whatever we were doing. And at a certain point, we heard that Shri Mataji was coming downstairs and would go shopping to the local shop, which in Knightsbridge happened to be Harrods, just the corner shop. And she came down in this beautiful beige coat with her scarf, a lovely Hermes scarf, which was this lovely silk pattern. And as she got to the front door, just before opening it, she turned round and she smiled. She saw us all there. We'd all crept up sort of very discreetly in the background, trying to catch a glimpse of her as she walked out. not wishing to intrude or be like paparazzi there, sort of. But literally, she playfully turned round and saw us there, and we were kind of, and she said, "How are you?" And smiled, and then she actually looked at me and she said, "How are you? How are you?" And I said, "Very well, thank you, mother, but I can't feel cool breeze, the vibrations." And then there was a pause, and she said, "Well, come over." And I thought, oh no, I've detained her. I've taken her time, and it's not what I really intended at all. But she asked me, and I couldn't hold it back. Anyway, we walked over, and as I walked over, this whole group of yogis around me walked over too, and we tiptoed to mother, came up to her, and she asked me to hold out my hands, and she was putting bandans on them, and swastikas, I think, crosses at least, or swastikas. And then she asked, "Can you feel it now?" And I said, "No, I'm sorry, Shri Mataji, I can't." And then she was working on me and also put a bandan on my agnya and said, can you feel it now?" And I said, "I'm sorry, mother." And she said, "Have you tried lemons and chilies?" So I said, "Yes, Shri Mataji, I've done a mud cut." And and she said, "Well, don't worry. When I come back, I'll personally make sure that you feel them." At which point, on the one hand, that was a really exciting prospect, but on the other, I was a little bit, a little bit sort of anxious not to take up her time, because she, I knew, was Adi Shakti and was basically taking care of the whole world. And who was I to take her attention? So I almost planned my escape, to sort of, leave early. And then I suddenly thought, I can't do that. She's your guru, you know. You've got to obey her. She said to wait, so you must wait. So I waited somewhat uneasily, a little bit perturbed by this feeling of, not taking her attention. She came back from Harrods and went upstairs, and a guest arrived. It was her brother, her, not Sri Baba Mama, but her elder brother, I think. And he had some health issue. So he went upstairs, and tea was made and brought up. At which point I thought, well, that's it. Great. I won't be bothering her today. And then at a certain point, her a member of her staff, I think her servant, Bai, we called her, I remember, not Raoul Bai, the great saint, but her name was Bai. Anyway, she came down and she said, "Is there a young man here? Shri Mataji wants to see him." And everybody said, "It's Victor, he's over there." At which point my heart started beating. And I thought, really? Oh my God. And I was led upstairs to the first floor. And it was just at the head of the stairs there. Shri Mataji, I looked through the doorway, and Shri Mataji, the door was wide open, and she was at the window, by this bay window, with a phone, and she was talking to someone in New York. And I just waited. I didn't come in. Then she saw me, and she beckoned me to come in, and I did. And I didn't quite know if I should stand or sit, so I think I knelt down. And then when she finished the call, she worked on me. I mean, she put her. I remember I was sitting down, and I had my hand on the ground, my right hand on the ground, and she placed her foot on my right hand while I held on my left hand while I held my right hand on the ground. And I think maybe she also put it on my right. I don't quite remember. But in any case, she was doing lots of bandans. and on various centers, and also put her hand on my sastra, and then at a certain point she left the room and went into a side room that was sort of, and there I could see from the she didn't tell me to go. I think she said, you know, I'll be back or something. I can't quite remember. But anyway, I sat there and I could see out of the corner of my eye that her guest, her brother, was there in the other room sitting down, and she was working on him, you know, and on his left heart. He had his hand on his heart and with his eyes closed. And then from time to time she would actually be, in a very sisterly way, from the tone of her voice, she was like scolding him a little bit in that sort of loving sisterly way. And I was witnessing a family moment here, and yet she came out again and continued to work on me. And I mean, reflecting back on that, that was quite something. It really brought to my mind how she had time for everyone and appeared to make no distinction in her role as goddess, as mother, as guru, in you know, in working on us. In it was just phenomenal, you know. And at that point, when she came back in, she said, "Come over to," and she pointed to the window, because at the foot of her bed there was a sofa, a small chaise longue, a two-seater, and she said, "Sit down." So I did, and I was facing her. She was seated on the sofa. And I faced her, and she said, "Turn round." So I did, and I had my back to her, seated, and she took my head and my chin, and she joked, laughing, and she said, "Now I'm going to break your neck." And then she just went like this, and I felt this wave of heat, you know, leaving my Vishuddhi chakra. And then again on that side, I felt this wave. Um, but that wasn't it. She then grabbed my shoulders firmly, and she then put her knee in my back in the center heart, and then yanked my shoulders back, pulled it back, stretched me. I didn't actually feel anything clicking or anything, but when I sat back up, there was quite a rush of energy, but not of cool yet. I couldn't feel this cool breeze. She asked me to turn around, and then she said, "And now, do you feel it?" And I said, "No, mother, I'm sorry, I don't." So she got me to put my hand on my Agnya and told me to repeat, "Mother, you are the counselor, the comforter, and the redeemer that Christ has promised." And then she put her hand on my Brahmarandra, I think her fingers, and she said, there may be something there. It's not coming through," something similar like that. And then she asked again, "And now, do you feel it?" And point, I was literally about to break into tears because of the frustration of not being able to say yes to my guru, who was so lovingly taking care of me. I couldn't, and you know, it didn't really at that point matter, you know, because this incredible attention is such a blessing in itself. And then, as I was about on the point of, you know, just crying, you know, she started smiling with such a radiant smile that spread from, you know, ear to ear. It was like a gigantic, beautiful, playful smile. I could see a sweetness and yet an amusement from that smile. And at that point, I became fully conscious that she was Krishna. Her Krishna aspect had manifested, and I could see her divinity. I was doubtless, I could see that she was an incarnation of God. She was God. And I just was absolutely, I mean, how can I say, enthralled by this, seeing her face in that way. And then she sort of leaned over a little bit and she said, playfully, she said, "And now?" I just prostrated myself. I just fell to the ground and held my hands out towards her feet and just thanked her, with all my heart. I could feel all the gratitude um, uh, for that glimpse of her divinity. And then that was it. I sat back up again, and she asked me, how are you? Where do you live? And in the ashram, Shri Mataji said, "How are you going to get back?" "On my bike, Shri Mataji." "Oh, through the traffic?" "Yes, mother." "Well," she said, "be careful that you don't fall off. It's dangerous, to the traffic's dangerous." Anyway, I did namask and I left. I mean, what can I say? It was overwhelming to have that attention from her. But there's a postscript, and this is really the point I wanted to make today, is that uh, a few weeks later, Purna was blessed to travel with Sri Mataji from Italy on a plane and arrive um, in her residence. I'm sorry, not sorry. It wasn't in a few days. It was later. It was after our engagement. Um, and this must have been 1986, so a bit later. I was, however, at her new house, which was in Dulwich. It was not Knightsbridge. It was in Dulwich, I remember. And Shri Mataji arrived from the airport, and she said, I was waiting with an Aarti tray, and the door opened. Mother came out. She said, "I have a surprise for you. I brought your fiance." So actually, I knew I'd been engaged by Mother a few months earlier, but she appeared, and again, it was quite a special moment for that to happen. But I think in that very period, I don't know if it was that day or the day after, but Shri Mataji again was going shopping. And we all waited for her at the front door to come out to go shopping, to be driven to the shops. Um, but she never came out of the front entrance. Instead, at a certain point to the right, I could see the door of the kitchen door, the small door opened up, and there was Sri Mataji standing at the door, and there were these steps. So, like quite steep steps, and no sort of banister for her to steady herself and as she climbed down. So I rushed up and offered my hand for her to steady herself as she came down, which she took. And after a step, she paused and she kind of nodded and said, "Now it's flowing. Now it's flowing." And then she went down, got into the car, and went shopping. Now, I honestly couldn't feel the cool breeze. I still couldn't feel the cool breeze at that time, at that stage in Sahaja Yoga. But what I did feel was the softness and the love that came from her hand, the contact with her hand and her love. And I just felt overwhelmed by that love. And I felt like a little child, a little boy. And and then for me, I mean, it meant that, somehow, but what was open was my heart. I could feel that connection with her. So although it wasn't cool breeze, something was playing. And so if one's heart is open and we feel the love that Mother drenches us with, that inundates us with, then perhaps, well, most probably the vibrations are flowing. And the whole point is to feel that love, that all-pervading love. So I'll be eternally grateful for that experience and very happy to share it, because I hope it gives hope to those who may not always feel them and wonder why, but they may have their heart in the right place, or in even in meditation and feeling the joy and the bliss, but maybe not always the chaitanya. Obviously, a lot of working out was done over the years, and I can happily say that I feel them now very beautifully, very strongly now, especially. So that was the experience. So I suppose our desire to go deeper in Sahaj, experience more and more, is the most important thing in our lives, which leads on to the talk we're going to hear. So to get into a state to receive Mother's divine words, not just into our mind, but into our hearts, let's get into a meditative state and just sit in a relaxed way, close our eyes, and put our attention on what we are feeling now. In our hands and in our hearts, and allow the vibrations to soothe down our sympathetic channels, bring our mind, our attention into stillness, and ask Sri Ganesha, Shri Mataji's first creation, first child, the divine Shri Ganesha, the all-powerful Shri Ganesha, to remove the obstacles in our subtle system, to allow and create a pathway, a clear pathway for the Kundalini to rise. O Lord Ganesha, we humbly ask you to be awakened within us, to bless us with your divine wisdom, your purity, your spontaneity, and joy, and most of all, the key to the gates of paradise, by awakening the pure desire, the bhakti, and recognition of Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Nirmala Devi. We will take Shri Ganesha's auspicious name in the mantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let us accompany the ascent of the Kundalini with our hands, and all together raise our Kundalini slowly with full attention and put on the 7 bandhans. Can we have Mother's talk, please, on pure desire?
So the power of Kundalini, which is your own mother, which has to rise, which has to come up, which has to manifest itself because of your pure desire. So in your introspection, in your pujas, in your meditation, if you see for yourself why are you meditating, it is for pure desire of compassion and love to be awakened within us. You are already in the meditation. You are already growing. The growth has started. And you grow so fast that this shell, which is this human conditioning and egos, will just break open. And then this small little thing which is only in the triangular bone, imagine there's a very little space in the triangular bone, that it comes out and manifests and can save the whole world. Just see the magnificence, the expansiveness, the greatness of this Kundalini which was within you and which came up in its full strength and has shown tremendous things. Such people are the really great people and not the people who are trying to show off some sort of a brand cloth they wear and try to show off. Yeah. All these silly ideas and stupidities have to be given up by Sahajis. So that this Kundalini wears the beautiful flowers. Your words become fragrant. Your glance becomes soothing. Your smile becomes satisfying. Everything, all your being is emitting nothing but goodness, righteousness, peace, above all joy. And the joy we feel now, together, when we were yesterday clapping and singing songs and feeling the joy, at a very simple music concert, without any drugs, without any shouting, screaming, nothing. Very simple. The joy we were feeling, it was because our Kundalini was dancing. She was so happy. Because what were you asking there? Nothing but the enjoyment of collectivity. Collectivity doesn't mean that we all should be stuck together with some glue or something, or we all become like Gibraltar, rock of Gibraltar. No, it doesn't mean that. It means wherever you are connected. That is collectivity. But connected doesn't mean that you hate that person. No. You are connected means you love that person. You are concerned about that person. The connection, the connecting line is of love and not of hatred. So, when you are connected with another person or persons, then you are in collectivity. But people will live together and every day break each other's heads. Some of them really give me headaches, I tell you sometimes. Because they are nowhere near the real truth of Sahaja Yoga. So you may be in America, you may be in India, you may be anywhere. You are just connected. And you are concerned. As soon as there is a problem somewhere, into any part of the world, you are connected and you are effective, you can manage. But if you are not connected and you are just glued together, it's very inconvenient to live under such circumstances. I think people don't even understand the meaning of collectivity. Where there's not the other, ananya, where there's not the other, there's no other personality. These personalities are separated from you because of left and right, or could be both. But you are yourself fully when you are absolutely detached and your Kundalini is dancing. You are alone and never alone. This oneness with the whole gives you all the security that you want, all the joy you want. And that's why Kundalini awakening means collectivity. Unless and until you want pure collectivity in your being, Kundalini won't rise. I feel sad sometimes when people tell me, this gentleman is like this lady is like this, and she just says things like that, and she tries to put down her orders, or some man like that. Then I really can't understand what are they doing here. We don't want Hitlers. This attitude of ours so far has been on a different level, like acquire more money, acquire more wealth, acquire more houses, acquire more cars, acquire more wives, husbands, whatever it is, children. But the whole thing changes in Sahaja Yoga. You enjoy everything. All right? This is your all. Doesn't matter whosoever it may. I am enjoying. It's better not to pay for it and enjoy other people's money. This carpet is not mine, very good, but it's excellent. It's beautiful, I am enjoying. Maybe the one who has got this one must be worried about something, it might get spoiled or something, but I am enjoying. So when this detachment comes, really enjoy everything. And in that detachment only you enjoy others also, because you are so detached about it. Don't want anything with anyone, only person to person you enjoy. That means you enjoy the spirit of another person through your spirit. Atmaneva Atmane. It is through the spirit only you enjoy another spirit.
So let us imbibe Shri Mataji's words that flow like nectar into our heart and flood our entire being. And so we immerse ourselves in our love. Can you feel cool wind blow? How it flows and it flows. There's a silence in my heart. It grows and it grows. See the light shine within. A beam of love so pure. You may say it's all a dream, but we can show it's true. Yes, we can show it's true. Kundalini, Sacred Mother, Holy Spirit, your white dove. Kundalini, Sacred Mother, make us rise on your wings of love. Make us rise on your wings of love. She guides us every day as fortune comes our way. All we have to do is listen to the flow of love within. So arise and join us, do not wonder anymore. In a maze of illusion, the cells of man-made law, the cells of man-made law. Kundalini, Sacred Mother, Holy Spirit, your white dove. Kundalini, Sacred Mother, make us rise on your wings of love. Make us rise on your wings of love. We are the creation of Mother Earth and Sea. The wind of inspiration is blessing you and me. Our mother is the Kumbha, she carries everywhere the water of the spirit that we may grow aware, that we may grow aware. Kundalini, Sacred Mother, Holy Spirit, your white dove, Kundalini, Sacred Mother, make us rise on your wings of love. Make us rise on your wings of love. Make us rise, make us rise, make us rise to paradise. Oh, make us rise, make us rise, make us rise before you. Can we have the second talk, please?
My idea of coming to Pandharpur for Shiv Puja was this, that Shiva represents the spirit. And the spirit is residing in all of you, in your hearts. The seat of Sadashiva is on top of your head, but is reflected in your heart. Now your brain is the Vittala. So to bring spirit to your brain means enlightenment of your brain. Enlightenment of your brain means the limited capacity of your brain has to become unlimited in its capacity to realize God. I will not use the word understand, but to realize God. How powerful He is. how miraculous he is, how great he is. The another is that the brain of man can create, of course, out of the dead. But when the spirit comes into brain, then you create living things, living work of Kundalini. Even the dead start behaving like living because you touch the spirit in the dead. Like the nucleus inside every atom or a molecule has the spirit of that molecule. And if you become your spirit, we can say the brain of a molecule or an atom is like the nucleus, body of the nucleus. But the one that controls the nucleus is the spirit that resides within the nucleus. So now you have got the attention or the body, the whole body of the atom, then the nucleus, and inside the nucleus is the spirit. In the same way, we have this body, the attention of the body. And then we have the nucleus, is the brain, and the spirit is in the heart. So the brain is controlled through the spirit. How? That around the heart there are 7 auras. Which can be multiplied into any number. 7 raised to power 1600, which are the ones which watch the 7 chakras raised to power 1600. 16,000, sorry. Now this spirit is watching through this aura. Watching, I am again saying watching. Through this aura. Can you sit down? Can you sit down? I think would be better. There's no need to bother once you have put it up. This aura is watching the behavior of your 7 centers in your brain. Is also watching all the nerves that are working in the brain, watching again. But when you bring the spirit into your brain, then you go 2 steps ahead. Because when your Kundalini rises, she touches the Sadashiva, and Sadashiva informs the spirit. Informs in the sense reflects in the spirit. So that's the first state where the watching auras start communicating to your different chakras in the brain and integrating it. But when you bring your spirit to your brain, this is the second state. Then you really become self-realized in the full way. In the full way. Because then yourself, that is the spirit, becomes your brain. Action is very dynamic. It opens then the fifth dimension in the human being. First, when you become realized, collectively conscious, and start raising the Kundalini, you cross the fourth dimension. But when your spirit comes into your brain, then you become the fifth dimension, means you become the doer. Our brain now, for example, says, all right, lift this thing up. So you touch it with your hand, you lift it up. You are the doer. But when the brain becomes the spirit is the doer. And when spirit is the doer, then you become a complete Shiva, self-realized. In that state, if you get angry, you are not attached. You are not an attached person to anything whatsoever. If you possess anything, you are not attached. You cannot attach because spirit is detachment. It's complete detachment. You don't bother about any attachments whatsoever. Even for a second, you are not attached.
One day, at an evening program in Shudi camp, where Shri Mataji came to talk to us, after her talk, she invited questions. And I asked her, Mother, I feel vibrations now. I go thoughtless. But how can I go deeper? And she said, it depends what you mean by deep. And I said, well, Mother, to feel more joy. And she said, for that, you must put me in your heart. You must put your guru in your heart. And she asked, would you give your life for me? I said, yes, of course. I realized later on that that would be easy, to give our lives unconditionally to Mother in times that required that sacrifice. But to receive the immensity of her love within our small heart, I realized that that was really the challenge. And then she said, you can ask more questions, only good ones, like that one. Mother, please come in my heart. Let me clean my heart so you are there. Put your feet into my heart. Let your feet be worshipped in my heart. Let me not be in delusion. Take me away from illusion. Keep me in reality. Take away the sheen of superficiality. Mother, let me enjoy your feet in my heart. Mother, may we see your feet in our hearts. May we garland your feet in our heart. O Shri Parameshwari, Supreme Goddess, Mother of all beings, Creator of the universe, the bestower of self-realization, of our rebirth in spirit. Thank you from the depths of our heart. Sachitananda Rupam Sachitanandarupam Shivoham 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 Sachitanandarupam Sachitanandarupam Shivoham 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 Shivoham. Most revered and beloved Divine Mother, may your grace reach the hearts of every human being. May it dissolve all conflict, all resistance to the waves of your love. The divine Amrut of joy that flows from your feet, that is all we need, all we desire. Yes. Yes, we will conclude with the Aarti. May we have the Aarti now, please?
सबको दुआ देना माँ सबको दुआ देना जय निर्मल माता जी जय निर्मल माता जी दिल में सदा रहना माँ सबको दुआ देना सबको दुआ देना माँ सबको दुआ देना जय निर्मल माता जी जय निर्मल माता जी दिल में सदा रहना माँ सबको दुआ देना जग में संकट कारण कितने लिए अवतार माँ कितने लिए अवतार विश्व में तेरी महिमा विश्व में तेरी महिमा तू गंगा यमुना माँ सबको दुआ देना सबको दुआ देना माँ सबको दुआ देना जय निर्मल माता जी जय निर्मल माता जी दिल में सदा रहना माँ सबको दुआ देना जो भी शरण में आया सुख ही मिला उसको माँ सुख ही मिला उसको बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ बैठ के दिल में ओ माँ लौट के ना जाना माँ सबको दुआ देना सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। मानव में अवतर के कर दिया उजियाला, माँ कर दिया उजियाला। कलियुग में माया है, कलियुग में माया है, फिर भी पहचाना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। संत जनों की धरती है भारत माता, माँ है भारत माता। इस धरती पर आकर, इस धरती पर आकर, दुख से दूर करना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जब दिल में आए तब मधु संगीत सुन लो, माँ मधु संगीत सुन लो। हो सके जो सेवा, हो सके जो सेवा, हमसे करा लेना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना।
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी की जय।
For the kingdom of heaven is here, and your majesty rules from within. Your name is goddess Nirmala. Speechless, we are blessed with your darshan. For the kingdom of heaven is here, and your majesty rules from within. Your name is goddess Nirmala. Speechless, we are blessed with your darshan. A cool breeze from a harbor and diamonds in the sky. What a place, what a place, what a wondrous place. What a race, what a race, what a marvelous race. What a sight, what a life, what a time to be alive. For the kingdom of heaven is here, and your majesty rules from within. Your name is goddess Nirmala. Speechless, we are blessed with your darshan. For the kingdom of heaven is here, and your majesty rules from within. Your name is goddess Nirmala. Speechless, we are blessed with your darshan. Faces growing younger with the timeless light. Voices of angels sing through the night. What a place, what a place, what a wondrous place. What a race, what a race, what a marvelous race. What a sight, what a life, what a time to be alive. For the kingdom of heaven is here, and your majesty rules from within. Your name is goddess Nirmala. Speechless, we are blessed with your darshan. For the kingdom of heaven is here, and your majesty rules from within. Your name is goddess Nirmala. Speechless, we are blessed with your darshan. Miracles and stories too many to record. Beyond our big screens and reality unfolds. What a place, what a place, what a wondrous place. What a race, what a race, what a marvelous race. What a sight, what a life, what a time to be alive. For the kingdom of heaven is here, and your majesty rules from within. Your name is goddess Nirmala. Speechless, we are blessed with your darshan. For the kingdom of heaven is here, and your majesty rules from within. Your name is goddess Nirmala. Speechless, we are blessed with your darshan. For the kingdom of heaven is here, and your majesty rules from within. Your name is goddess Nirmala. Speechless, we are blessed with your darshan. Your name is goddess Nirmala. Speechless, we are blessed with your darshan.
Let us conclude this beautiful meditation by protecting our subtle system, activating it to spread this divine love, these vibrations, wherever we go afterwards. Let's raise the Kundalini together and put the 7 bandhans. Jai Shri Mataji.
Shri Mataji. Thank you, Shri Mataji, for this wonderful meditation and for sending your lovely son to be the divine instrument today. Thank you, Brother Victor Vitumi, for the lovely sharing and also the wonderful meditation just now. It was very, very blissful. And I think your sharing brought a lot of tears, could have brought tears to many of our brothers and sisters as well as I did, looking at Shri Mataji's compassion and love at all times. So we are indeed very thankful to Shri Mataji for all the love and blessings. And we will continue to be at her holy lotus feet always, completely surrendered at her holy lotus. And thank you again, brother, for accepting our last minute invitation. I think it is obviously Shri Mataji is doing, she knows when to bring, who to bring, at that particular right time now. Thank you so much, and thank you to all our brothers and sisters who have joined us today. And we take this opportunity to also thank Brother Bhaskar to stand in for the IT, and we look forward to your continued support. And if there's any yogis or brothers and sisters who would like to share their experience, please feel free to contact us so that we can pick the session around. So with that note, we thank everyone for joining us again. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji, it was an honor. Thank you.
Please convey our love to Sister Purna and
Oh,
Collective
yes.
in Kabela. Jai Shri Mataji.
Jai Shri Mataji.